My parents sent a group message. I was rinsing blood-dark coffee grounds from my fingers when my phone vibrated. Once, then 3 times in a clipped stutter. The kind of vibration that feels like a warning. I dried my hands, expecting some stray notification. Instead, I saw it. A family group message. Short. Surgical. "We think it's best you step away for now." My mother typed it, but the phrasing was my father's, cold, corporate, the kind of sentence polished for boardrooms and betrayals. Beneath it, my aunt chimed in with a thumbs up. A digital shrug. For a second, I didn't feel anything. Not anger. Not grief. Just suspension. Like someone had quietly cut the rope that tethered me to them. I typed back, fingers steady. "Understood. I'll respect that. I'll step away from the family fund too." I hit send, closed my contribution, and waited for the consequences to find their way home. They always do. By sunrise, my phone thrashed on the nightstand like something alive. 89 missed calls. My father's voicemail cracked through the quiet. "What happened?" "The bank flagged everything." I answered with the same calm they'd once admired. "I'm honoring your decision." That was before they realized everything else I had. Before they understood what stepping away truly meant. There was a time I believed my family was unshakable. I used to watch my father at the grill during summer gatherings, tongs in hand like a conductor's baton, spinning stories that made neighbors lean in and laugh. My mother floated through the yard, collecting plates, compliments, and secrets with the same effortless grace. They loved me then, or played it well enough. When they asked me to join the family fund, a shared safety net, they'd said, I thought it was trust, inclusion, legacy. My father clasped my shoulder that day, eyes bright with pride or ambition. I couldn't tell, but I convinced myself it meant something. I contributed faithfully, quietly. I became the unseen pillar holding their chosen image upright. I didn't know pillars only matter until someone decides they don't. My mother slipped first. Little comments during dinners. The way she'd angle conversations so that I ended up smaller, quieter. My father followed. Late-night calls I wasn't included in. Hushed arguments abruptly ending when I walked in. Then came the real fracture. My aunt forwarded a message by accident. Private thread. Them discussing me like a burden. A liability. A problem to manage. The part that stung wasn't their words, it was the casual tone. As if excising me from their world was just good housekeeping. I didn't react. Not externally. Inside, something cold and deliberate unfurled. I learned long ago that revenge doesn't start with action. It starts with observation. I watched how the family fund operated. Who depended on who. Whose mortgages were tied to shared collateral. Who used the fund as a lifeline, who siphoned from it, who hid behind it. I remembered every access code I'd built. Every weak point they'd ignored. Every secret they thought I hadn't noticed. I started documenting. Quietly pulling threads. I didn't want to burn the house. I wanted them to smell the smoke first. When they sent that group message telling me to step away, they opened the door themselves. All I did was walk through. Closing my contribution was step 1. Legal. Simple. Unemotional. Step 2 was less visible. The fund structure meant my withdrawal triggered a cascade. Automatic audits, collateral reevaluations, frozen accounts pending review. I hadn't designed it that way intentionally, but I'd memorized its weak spots over the years. I knew exactly what stepping away would cost them. Mortgage payments, investment access, lines of credit they leaned on like crutches. When the bank flagged everything, the dominoes fell as expected. But that was just the financial part. The real damage came from the truth. I forwarded my aunt's message thread, not to the family, but to the board members tied to my father's latest venture. Their trust wasn't sentimental. It was conditional. And conditions can shatter. His investors called before he could spin. Reputation is a currency. He spent his recklessly. I simply handed out the receipts. They finally cornered me 3 days later. My father pounding on my door. My mother sobbing behind him like she'd been wounded instead of exposed. I opened the door slowly, deliberately, letting silence fill the space until it felt like a pressure point. "What did you do?" My father whispered, no bark, no authority left. Just a man realizing consequences have teeth. "I honored your decision," I said. "You wanted me to step away. You destroyed us.
No, Irraplia.
You built something fragile and pretended it was strong. I just stopped holding it up." My mother reached for me, as if tears could rewrite history. "Why didn't you talk to us?" "My removal was already being discussed," I said. "You all acted. I reacted." For the first time in my life, they had no script, no ready-made excuse, no narrative to twist, just the truth, bare and unyielding. They left quietly, and I didn't watch them go. The strange thing about justice is how quiet it feels once it's done.
No triumph. No fireworks.
Just a clean, vacant stillness where pain used to live. I expected guilt. I found none. I expected regret. Nothing. What I felt was something else entirely, clarity. A precise understanding of where I ended and they began, and how long I'd been living in the wrong shape. When they cut me out, they thought they were removing a weakness. They never realized I was the foundation, and foundations don't fall. They let go. I simply didn't catch them,